Up here, when you pour, you'll have that little dribble that goes right down the teapot, and then when you set it down, it's gonna get everything wet. Well, I'm going to show you how to make a little device that will go into the spout of the teapot. Won't cost you a thing. Most people have aluminum cans at their house. You can use, I like this because it's blue and has stars. Or you can use a Coke can or whatever you have. You're going to cut the top and the bottom off of it. Get rid of those. And so you're going to cut it down the side so that you have a nice flat piece. And don't cut it with a knife. That really doesn't work too well. But it does help to get the can started when you first saw off the top or bottom. So we'll get that out of the way. So what I want you to do, once you get this little flat piece, is take about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 of an inch and very carefully and slowly cut a strip. Okay, so take that strip. This is pretty thin, but it's still, can you see how wide that is? That kind of gives it some perspective. Cut that about in half. And with the sunny side up, that is the side that's the outside of the can that has the paint on it, take your thumb and put it right there. And you're going to create a little, actually these are kind of like a spring, because this is going to create some resistance inside the teapot spout. And I'm going to grab this one. So this is going to go in here. This is the width of the strip. I just want to make sure everybody sees this. This one is 3/16 and this one is about 1/8 right here. So either one of these will work. It just depends on the size of the teapot that you're working on. And here are the different shapes. You start out with the strip being this shape, and then you'll eventually make kind of a little check mark out of it that looks something like that, and then it ends up looking like this, and it's inserted into the teapot spout just like that, and that little bit of tension just holds it just in the right place, even if you're pouring hot tea. I was putting all of these teapots away, and I just picked up one of the springs and put it in this one. And this isn't, I don't think, the one that actually goes to this, but it landed in there like so. Can you tell that the top part of that little spring, which is the other side, the silver part, actually came out and touched the little tongue part that sticks out? Now I thought, well, that's kind of neat. I wonder if it'll fall out when I pour. So I put some water in it, and no, it doesn't come out. However, it works pretty well this way too. Watch that. The water is pulled to the outside, and you get that great little drop. You get that great little drop of water on there. So even if it doesn't fit perfectly, and this doesn't come off, guys, you can, here, let me show you. You can pour this. You can pour this, set your teapot down. This little drop of water stays right there. It doesn't fall off. It doesn't jump off. It's not going to do anything to your service, make a ring around your service. It's just not dribbly. In fact, if you poured that into a cup, which I will do for you, take this little Unami, and here I'll put it over here. So you can pour this, whoa, get down here. you can pour this into the cup, bring it up, and if you wanted to, you could just take that little drop and let it go on the side. Let me do that again. So you're pouring, come up, you get the little drop of water on the end, take the water drop and let it go right there on the edge of the cup, and voila, you've got a very clean. Yeah, you might think this is kind of anal retentive to be bothered by that dribbly spout, but some spouts dribble so bad that you don't want to use the teapot. This is the one that is a manufactured teapot, probably made in a mold. This probably wasn't thrown. And the edge of the spout out here is kind of rounded, and they say when you make them that they should be sharp, like this little one right here that I made myself. And this one I also made. There's no guarantee, I guess, that it's going to be perfect, but when you make them yourself, there are things you can do to make a spout behave better. So I'm going to show you this one. This one was a little bit of a challenge because it didn't want to behave even with this. But what I did was raise the tongue out of the spout instead of trying to make it lay down. That spout, the wall of the spout is so thick that I sort of projected it out a little bit, and I hope you can see that. So let me pour with this one and show you what this does when you pour. Let me get where, hopefully you can see that. So it pulls the stream of water further away, and look at the little drop of water that's right, let's get this down here, that's right on the end. Let me hold it up here. That little drop of water that's right on the end of that piece of aluminum. And these are not unattractive in your teapot. It's definitely a conversation opener. Now you can see that little drop of water on there. The light's coming through it. See that? And not a single drop ran down the throat of the spout. Folks, this really works. I hope you have fun making these little things for your teapots. And actually, I think if you just cut some of this aluminum and just, I don't know, stick it in a drawer or something, and if you get a new teapot, just make a new one of these. And so that I have a whole collection of teapots, but each one of them that I use actually has its own little spring. So have fun with these. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.